Evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Encouragement on Fire, podcast number 5. And I'm Shirley Farrar. Welcome. Welcome the Meetup group, Facebook group, Instagram, YouTube, and members of the community. We're going to wait a little bit until everyone gets online. We have to give everyone an opportunity to log in. I'm so excited. Every week I get more excited about being with you. So, it's just so many different changes every week. When I'm preparing for each week, new items come up. If you're online with me, I want you to type in and say, hey, Shirley, how are you? Just let me know you're out there. I know everyone can't do it because some of you may be on your actual phones, and when you're on the phone, you cannot do that. But if you're on your iPad or if you're on the computer, you're able to interact, and I really want you to interact with me today, okay, like every day. I also want to keep you updated that as of next week, we will be starting a after podcast party, and that's going to be on our Facebook group. We're going to go through the Facebook group, so please join the Facebook group called Encouragement on Fire. Hey, Melanie, because if you join the Facebook group, Encouragement on Fire, you'll get the after party, so to speak, after the podcast, and that'll start next week. So that's for everyone who wants to get on camera. Some people don't want to get on camera, but if you want to get on camera, you're going to be able to get on camera next week with me and about all the things we've been talking about, and then maybe some topics you want to hear about in the future, okay? So then we'll be able to interact after we have the podcast, okay? So if you're online today, please type in. So we're getting ready to get started, so I'm going to stop this music. Let's see here.
And just to let everybody know, in the forefront, it is Pastor Shirley's birthday on Tuesday, so y'all can type in happy birthday to us.
Oh, my goodness.
On the broadcast earlier today. Amen, amen, amen.
Yeah. So again, welcome. And I always like to recap what we did last week. So last week we talked, that was podcast number 4. We talked about substitute sugars. And there was 3 sugars that we really dove into. That was monk fruit, stevia, and xylitol. I like xylitol because all the side effects, the benefits outweigh all the rest of them, but they're all great. And I've asked my doctor, and he really likes monk fruit and the other stevia, no problem of any kind. So if I hear anything different, I will let you know. Okay. So remember, if you're online, type in, let me know that you're with me. We also talked about non-GMO foods are the best foods. Now, remember, all foods that God has put in the ground are good for you in specific situations. So we always got to say that, in specific situations, because everyone's body is different. So remember, GMO foods are genetically modified foods, and you want to stay clear of those. Those are the ones that they kind of make in the factory, preservatives, all that kind of things that they put and make food. You want to avoid that.
In the lab, science.
In the labs, exactly. Science-made foods. Things in the earth are good for you, and you want to make sure that you're eating non-GMO foods. Hey, Melissa, good evening. That's my sister. So you want to, how many of you, first of all, interact with me? How many of you did well this week looking at the non-GMO foods? Sometimes we get in a habit of looking at non-GMO foods, but then all of a sudden we're like, I'm just going to get this because this is on sale. But how many of you honestly said, you know what, I'm going to make a change, even if it's one item? Maybe it's your vegetables that you just decided, I am not going to get genetically modified vegetables and fruits. Yes, they are modified, okay? Because if they don't have seeds in them, they've been modified. Because I don't know about you guys, I haven't lived that long. I've lived a little while, but don't say nothing, Pastor Darrell. But I've lived a little. Shut your mouth. I've lived a little while, and when I was growing up, watermelon had black seeds. Okay, I'm just being honest. The watermelon I see inside the supermarket, sometimes they don't have any seeds at all. So we know that is not the one that God made to put into the earth. So we want to be mindful of that when we're moving forward. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just going to tell you I just went through my situation, coming out of cancer, and I am motivated to begin to eat right, to do the things that my body needs. Okay. And I'm hoping that you come along on this journey with me. That would be great. Um, so also, we also talked about foods that are good on chemo and off chemo. I'm not going to talk about them because they're in our podcast number 4. And if you want more information, join the group in the after party starting next week. We can talk about more of that. But today we're going to talk about exercise.
Well, how long is the after party going to take?
After party is only going to be 25 minutes, people. So we
Half
had,
hour.
yes, half an hour, right? Your best start there, half an hour, because we got feedback from some of our viewers, and they were saying, hey,
They want so much more
they
time.
want more. And I said, you know what? We're going to keep it nice and sweet, right? Hey, Elder Cynthia, we're going to keep it nice and sweet for the 30 minutes because some people have to get up early in the morning. But then there's some people that they're night owls and they're saying, hey, 9 o'clock is not going to make a difference to me. I'm already in the bed anyway when I'm talking to you, right? I got my pajamas on. So that's okay too. But at least you can, from here on up, you can be all fabulous and be on the video, or you can turn your video off on the after party, whatever you want to do. But at least you can interact and laugh with us, and we can talk about some of these items that we're discussing. Okay. And if it works out, we'll do it more than maybe once a month. I don't want to just jump in there and say, oh, we're going to do it every week. No, once a month is good. Right, Pastor
Yeah,
Darrell?
so
Mhm.
the purpose of the after party, so to speak, is to
Mhm.
answer any questions,
Right.
to interact with them a little more intimately,
Absolutely.
to get them on their healthiest journey they can get on,
Absolutely. Because you
physically,
want to make
mentally, and spiritually.
you want to
Right?
make sure, because I have Pastor Darrell, I have Elder Cynthia, I have all of you on here today, and you motivate me. See, I have you guys, but I want to make sure that you have someone too. When this all turns off, who do you have? And possibly, even if you only have that one group one time a week,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes that's all you need just to continue to get motivated. So that's my next thing. I want to make sure that we have a partner. You want to
Mhm.
make sure that you don't go into this that, oh, well, I can do this all alone. It's no fun.
Mhm.
It's no fun. I'm telling you, when I begin to exercise, and the exercise I'm getting ready to share with you, I don't like doing it alone. Elder Cynthia tell you I don't like doing. I like her to come down, even if my mom's. We all live together. My mom has her own suite, and let me tell you, she comes over and she'll just sit there. She sometimes don't exercise, but at least I have someone to talk to. I have someone to communicate with. Sometimes my husband will come downstairs. He watch TV. And he'll just sit there while I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm not going to share the exercise yet, or while I'm doing what I'm doing, and it motivates me to continue. Because if I'm going to sit there for 45 minutes or an
Mhm.
hour, you know what? I'm be honest with
Well,
you, I might stop.
well,
I
see,
might stop exercising because nobody's watching,
well,
right?
the thing is, support.
So,
I mean, we have to be disciplined to do the exercises on our own,
absolutely,
but support is critical in
it
every phase of
is.
life
It is.
that you're about to embark on. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't have anyone that can be an accountability partner,
Mm-hmm.
prayer partner, or
Yeah.
someone else, any type of support, I would ask that you seek somebody out
Yes.
that will walk with you through your journey. They may not know and do what you do,
Yes.
but they can help you in just supporting you.
That is the
It's like
truth.
being
That is so true.
when you're a weightlifter and you're in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
you need a spotter.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Not that they're going to lift the weight, but
Right.
in case anything happens, they're
Anything
there to
happens.
catch it
Right.
and to motivate you and
You,
walk you through it.
another thing you can do, we have these wonderful phones, right? We have our phones, iPhone, you have your other ones. I'm not,
Android,
Androids, yeah, Androids, no, but iPhones. And, you even
we've
have
been converted.
yeah, and you even have the iPads, right?
Yeah,
So you can FaceTime.
yeah,
Sometimes people hook their computers up to
Mhm,
the actual screens,
mhm.
and you can FaceTime a friend. So
Right,
sometimes they may not be in your home, but guess what? That's your buddy when you
right,
exercising. So just look into that. And I want to also say again that I am sharing what I'm sharing with you based off of personal experience. I am not a doctor. I am not a professional. We're not going to talk about that
Or a
yet.
scientist,
No
or a
scientist, none of
doctor.
those.
Right.
But I just want to share with you my personal experience and the research that I found and hope that it would be helpful to you. Yes. And Melissa, what did you say? Yes, you need a prayer partner, exercise partner also need to be held accountable. Absolutely. Because when you start something, you don't want to stop it. You want to continue. Even just that's why I always say we always tell our kids, I'm not going to promise you anything.
That's right. Because
once I do, I have to do
my
it.
word is my bond.
My word, that's right. That's one of them old sayings back in the day.
Word is my
Yeah. So I also want to share some scriptures with you to our faith-based people that are coming on, because I'm faith-based, so of course I'm going to do that. And you know, the exercise that we do, we need to make sure that we're focusing on the lymphatic system. Okay. So everybody's heard that word lymphatic system, lymphatic system. So make sure you're doing your research in regards to that. But one of the things that the Bible says in 1 Timothy 4:8, because I want to make sure, because you're going to hear this when you start getting motivated, somebody's going to say this to you. They're going to say, for bodily exercise profits a little, but godliness is profitable for all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come, right? And you say, you're absolutely right. You are true. However, listen to what you just said. Profits a little. See, it does profit. It does. See, sometimes you got to break that down. It does profit. So while I'm working on my spiritual self, remember, mind, body, soul, right? And the Bible even tells us a false balance is an abomination. So we have to make sure we're balanced in all things, okay? So, like I said, it does profit you a little. And so that's the part we're going to focus on. And then I always take you to the virtuous woman because I love the virtuous woman. I consider my mother a virtuous woman, Elder Cynthia. And that says Proverbs 31:17. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. What do you think that means? Strengthens her arms. That means she had to do some exercises. She has to do something, right? Even if it's working throughout the day. So the first exercise that I want to share with you today is one that my mom shared with me. And she told me about this years before I even did it. And it took me going through this situation in order for me to actually participate it and embrace it. And I'm so glad that she did share it. So remember, in the chat, put the exercises that worked for you. That was something that we talked about on the group chat. So please, right now, type in there the ones that worked for you, and let's see if it's the 3 that I chose today.
And before you start telling
Uh-huh.
they need to start making a plan
Mhm.
to work on whatever part of the body that needs to be worked on. And I mean, when I say make a plan,
Pastor Daryl getting ahead of us, y'all. Look. We taking this in baby
I'm gonna bow
steps.
out.
We taking this in baby steps. We are working on our lymphatic system because you know why? That is how you're going to maintain your healthy self. And he's right. When you want to focus on your stomach or you want to focus on your legs, that's wonderful. But guess what? If your lymphatic system is off, you're not going to lose weight. If your lymphatic system is off, you're not going to be well. Your lymphatic system is key to everything. We wonder why we have all this mucus or sinus issues. Lymphatic system. We wonder why our chest, well, I got all this lymphatic system. We wonder why we can't lose weight. Lymphatic system. Everything goes back to the lymphatic system. So we're going to focus on getting that where we need to, and then let's strengthen our arms, let's strengthen those legs, let's strengthen the midsection. Let's get all wonderful for ourselves first, right? Yes. And what did it say? And being consistent. Yeah, Melissa said that, being consistent. And Mel, what'd you say? Low impact cardio. Woo, girl, go ahead. Weights for my arms and my ankles. God, you ahead of me, girl. I'm just working on the lymphatic system right now because I'm making a comeback. Like I always tell you, I'm making a comeback, you know? So, yeah, right? So, the first exercise, all right, number 1, this is the one my mom shared, was the rebounder. Now, some of you may see it as the trampoline. And you're thinking, I'm not putting no big trampoline out in my yard. Well, you get a small trampoline. You can purchase them on any of your online websites. I'm not going to name any, but you can go on there and purchase them. It's a small one. It's about probably what, 3x3, Pastor Durham, or 2x2.5 by
But
2.5,
that adds
little round thing. It's real round, and it even
it's 3 feet.
about 3 feet. And if you're having some difficulty when you're jumping, they even have a bar, a very supportive bar, and you can jump with it.
Well,
So if you're having a balance issue, because for me, I'm be honest with you, coming out of this, that was the first thing that I started having issues with, that balance, because the chemo does a lot to the bones, and you need to make sure that you're supported. You do not want to fall. So make sure that you're thinking about that.
but the other thing, if they don't
Mhm.
have a rebounder or trampoline, some
Oh,
people
jumping
have
jacks. You can do jumping jacks. Absolutely.
Listen, when
Absolutely.
you were growing up, we were talking about it
Hmm.
earlier today.
Yeah.
A lot of you did hopscotch.
Right.
You
You
jumped
did.
the rope,
Absolutely.
and all that is just
Absolutely.
moving
Yep.
the things through the lymphatic system.
Absolutely. So if we want to do the cheaper version, yes, you can do jumping jacks and you can do hopscotch and that. And those are all fun. So incorporate them in your exercise regimen. However, for those that say, I'm going to commit to this, making sure I do it every single week from now on, the rebounder is it. Now, I want to tell you why I wanted to mention this, not just because Elder Cynthia had talked to me about it. I did my research on it. And this came from actually a study by NASA. Now, I know you guys are saying, what? NASA actually did a study, and I'm going to put it in the Facebook group after this, so you'll be able to look up all the information that I have. It was in the Journal of Applied Psychology. Now, y'all know me. I got to go to the journals. What research have they done? This was done in 1980, and it was called The Miracles of Rebound Exercise. And it was done by 4 established doctors. I'll give you their last names if I can pronounce them. Okay, one is Greenleaf, Shavarts, Mikashian, and the last one starts with a B. I do not know his name, could not pronounce it. Forgive me. However, they did a what is it, longitudinal study where you can actually go on there and see the information. And they said that the rebounder was profitable. Isn't that what the Bible says? Profitable for the body. Okay. And I think that's so important. I want to share something with you. Um, this is a time for you to choose you. Now, I'm not going to say what facility this was, but I was taking physical therapy at a particular facility. And keep in mind that I just came out of cancer. So I'm trying to get my balance and my walking. I can only stand for 15 minutes in one spot at a period of time, or my legs start shaking. So I have to be mindful of what I'm doing. Now, I'm getting better the more I work at it. Okay. And I'm going to keep working at it until it gets really good. But one of the things that is important is that when you are going to your PT or your physical therapist, make sure that they are there for you. I know a lot of times when you see your physical therapist, they're seeing 3 people at a time, but make sure that they're sharing that time between you and other people. I had an experience that after not one, not two, not three times, my PT person would rather have spent the time with the other 2 people. Now you can call it what it was. I don't know. I'm not even going to judge it. All I know is I chose me. And so I canceled all my appointments and my future appointments. And I decided that I wanted a one-on-one PT person. And that's what I have now. And I am happy with that. So I'm just saying to you, in your situation with your doctor, whatever you're going through, if at any time you feel someone is not for you, you need to say, you know what? This is a life or death situation, or maybe it's not. This is a situation that's valuable, important to me. My time is valuable. And guess what? Just like they felt their time was valuable, so do I. And I choose me. So that's just a little tidbit I just want to throw out at you. But also, I want to let you know that I plan on walking for the Cancer Society in October, hopefully, if I can get all my paperwork and everything in. And I also want you to know that the Meeting House Church, under House Breach or a House Breach Restoration, we will be doing a Conqueror Walkathon. Woo! Yeah. So we're going to try to do that every single year. And we are going to be able to do many of the projects that we have been led by God to do. And that is to help our members of our community that have cancer or some type of sickness and assist them. So you'll see all this on the website by this Friday on the housebreach.org website. Some of it's up there, but a lot of it's revamping because it had to. And also, like I said, we're going to be raising money for various things to just help people throughout the year. Okay. So I just wanted to just throw that out there at you. So then, you know, if you have questions. Now, some people are saying something, I'm trying to get ready for the walkathon. That's right. My sister, that's why I wanted her on here because she promised me. You see, I'm saying it in live online.
Promises,
Yeah,
promises.
promises. She promised me that she was going to walk with me. Okay. And so I'm holding her to it. You guys can hold her accountable. And we're going to get out there. And some of you online that said that you're going to walk with me too. I truly appreciate it. You walk with me. I will make sure that you get one of the Conqueror t-shirts. Okay. So I'm just letting you know, if you walk with me, get it. Now, those that come to the podcast and are a part of the Facebook one, I'm just asking everybody, minimum donate $25. If you can't donate $25, donate $5. Okay. Just so I can give you that t-shirt and that you can walk with me. Okay. If you don't want to walk with me, that's quite all right too. Yes. Okay. All right. So Pastor Darrell, let me know how much time I have. Oh yeah. So like I said, I want to give everybody a Conqueror t-shirt when this is coming up. We're gonna have people out there that'll be manning the table, like Elder Cynthia, hopefully Sister Josephine, some of the others doing that. But let's get to number two because our time is winding down. It goes so quickly. So number two of the exercises that I deemed that were worthy for us to increase that lymphatic system. Now, this is one that all of you already know: treadmill, walking. How many times has your doctor said to you, you got to get out there and walk, right? How many of y'all just put a little thumbs up? Doctor said, try walking. That's a good exercise, right? Well, yes, if you have a treadmill at your home, set your treadmill, get on it every night, get on it, a couple times a week. Do that. It's important. Now, I want to give you the research behind that as well. Yes, Melissa. So, mayoclinic.org by Tom Reich did an actual write up, and it was based on some research. And he said that, walking treadmill is profitable. Gathered some information on there. So, I want you to take a look at that. I'll put it on the Facebook group page later on so you can take a look. But one of the things that he said was the average person only does 3,000 to 4,000 steps or 1 to 2 miles a day. Now, I'm telling y'all, when I first started this, I was horrible. I wasn't even doing that. Now you're saying, well, that's understandable. You're right. But I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure even before this situation, I wasn't doing that many. And a lot of times we have the Fitbit, we have our iPhone Health to show us if we have the phone. You got to carry the phone on you for it to show you the how many steps you did. But guess what? Your goal should be, and hear this, 10,000 steps per day for it actually to work towards your lymphatic system or your good health. So how can you incorporate that in there, right? Taking the steps instead of the elevator or the escalator, right? Doing everything right, 10,000 a day, exactly. And is it possible? It is. I went to the mall, and it took me an hour and a half, and I kept going around and around and around. And I remember I'm not walking as fast as you guys. 'Cause remember, I'm a little different. So right now, but I'm getting better. And sometimes you got to sit down. Sometimes you get up. You do whatever you need to do to make it better. But it can get done. The 10,000 can get done. So if you can do it in an hour and a half or 2 hours, imagine what you can do over the spread of a day. Okay. So, and also I want to give you a scripture for that because I believe that everything has a foundation. For those faith-based people out there, 1 Corinthians 9:26-27 says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight. I not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. And it goes on. But think about that. Whatever I do, I purposely do it. I don't just do this, meaning if you're going to do those 10,000 steps, figure out how can I do the 10,000 steps. If I'm at my desk at work, I have to take breaks because even your eyes need breaks. So I get up. Maybe I walk around the building. Maybe I walk up and down the stairs, doing my steps to make sure I get the benefits of being on the treadmill or walking. Some of the benefits of it is it reduces heart disease, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and depression. We have to be proactive about our good health. Otherwise, you're going to continue to get exactly what you've always gotten. See, I'm talking to me at the same time I'm telling you all of this because trust me, I still need to be motivated even after going through ailment. You can get in a lull, like a okay, I'm good now. No, we have to continually fight the good fight, right? Continually get out there, have fun doing it. So I just want to make sure that you understand the benefits behind it. And also the third one I want to say, because I know we're winding down too, um, you know, is physical therapy. Now, um, you're thinking, well, exercise. Well, for people who have gone through a serious ailment or disease or cancer, um, injury, many times the body, it could be your foot, it could be your arm, it could be your neck, it could be your back, it could be lower back, it could be the bones because of the chemo. Your body is not where at its best anymore because it has been attacked, it has been damaged. And now you have to build it back up. And a lot of times we're so busy in our day-to-day activity, right? I don't know about you guys. I had so much going on in my life that I didn't take time for me. And I'm saying to all of you, please take time for yourself. Do not get in that rut of making money, making money, making money. I got to do this. I got to get promotions. I got to make money promotions. And it's good to help people because I love to help. You guys know we volunteer all the time. I love to help people. But at the same time, I got to help myself. Otherwise, I won't be around to continue to help people. And all of you out there, wonderful people who love to help people, take care of yourself. Make sure you matter. And if others are around you and they don't honestly care about your good health, if you mention to somebody you have a cold and they still want you to come to an activity, something's wrong with that. Okay. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. If you are, sick and they have a problem because you didn't show up, what does that say? Come on, we have to be honest. People who have your best intentions are for you and they're saying, hey, you need to stay home. You need to take care of yourself. You need to build that back up. You know, it's the same thing I talked about before. If you're sick and people don't send you flowers or people don't call you on the phone, people don't, then possibly those are not the people that need to be around you in your time of process. Okay. And that's just, I'm just being really honest about that. Because all of us, we have to learn how to be empathetic and sympathetic to people that we say we care about. Okay. Yes, and the stress. Elder Cynthia said, "Oh yeah, we don't talk about that stress. We got to get rid of the stress." Yes. And what did you say, Melanie? I can do the elliptical, unable to do the treadmill. Sounds good. That's good. Whatever you can do. Remember, we talked about that. Whatever your body can do. Okay. But I want to say, as far as the PT, the physical therapy, it does reestablish balance, which is helping me so much right now, you guys. My balance is getting much better. It's not top, but it's getting better. Muscle strength, okay? And also, I say to you, talk to your doctor before you do any of these things we talked about, um, just to make sure that you're okay and you're in good health. If you have never gone to the doctor or you're not going to the doctor for whatever reason, please get an annual checkup. It's so important. And women, the checkups you have to get, the mammograms and different things. But I also want to share with you an article about the physical therapy. That's article by Edward Strosnick, and it's called "The Guide to Physical Therapy Practice," the second edition. That's where this article was, and it's the research Connecticut Orthopedics 5 reasons why physical therapy is important. Okay, I'm going to put that also in the group chat because I think it's important. And I'm going to give you another scripture for my faith-based people. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? So when we get started on this, you're doing the physical therapy, it's important for you to do this. If there's anything in your body that is off, it's not right, please seek out physical therapists. If you have medical insurance, it's not really a big deal. I get it if you don't, then it may be a little more taxing. So you really maybe you can then do some find someone that you know who is a physical therapist and maybe talk to them about some exercises or things of that nature, or even go online and learn some things on YouTube. There's so many different things, even doctors talking about some different things. um, I have a friend of the family, Dr. Fatisha Andrews, and she has an actual episode getting ready to come up, like a podcast. She may not do it all the time, but it like sparingly she'll do it, and she'll talk about different health benefits. So even in those things, if when she shares those things, I will share them with you if you don't have time to look at those as well. Okay. Let me see. Yes, take care of yourself. It is important. You're right, Melanie. So yeah, eliminate the stress, do the exercise, and just make sure that you're taking care, always, or excuse me, cast your cares on God, let him take care of you. So next week, you guys, we're going to discuss a little bit more about the walkathon, how to participate and how to donate if you want to. Also in the Facebook group, I talked about the ASIAC tea. That is the tea that there's 4 ingredients that came from Canada to assist people in defeating cancer. Now, there is some research behind it, but there's some research that says it's not legitimate. So you have to be the one to decide what's best for you. I know that my ancestors, those that, from both sides of the family, have said that this tea does work. We used to take it when we were children. I stopped taking it. I don't know if Melissa still takes it, but I stopped taking it. But I asked like I said, my ancestors, and they told me it works. So you have to decide on your own and do the research, which we did put on the Facebook group. Okay. And also make sure that you having positive people around you all the time in your process. So thank you for joining me today on the Encouragement on Fire. And like I always say, when you know it, you'll do it. I'm Shirley Farrar. I'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. God bless.